Okay. Hello. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Audio. I am starting Duolingo. I just had an idea and I decided to try it. Sure. Setting time productive. Let's just be new to Japanese. I do know some words, but it's better to just start at the bottom. Hmm. What's your daily learning goal? Oh, this is a lot more. Honestly, I had the unrealistic goal of doing like an hour. An hour for like 4 to 5 times a week. Or at least every time I do a stream. Hey Dee Dee. Nah, you're fine, buddy. I know I start pretty late. It's past granddad's bedtime. But if I only have to do like 10 minutes a day. 15? Should I get serious? We should probably be pretty serious. Let's try to do 15. The time demands always catch us by surprise for 100%, man. It's all over the place. And I try to push myself to start earlier too, but I get it from my granddad, my real granddad. Anything we want to do, we end up doing it late. 75 words? 50 words? Hmm. I saw you like the little short I put up. Our Children's of Time outtake. It's pretty funny. The moment Brandon was talking about, yeah. Like he really did look like the dude from Home Alone. That's what I thought was really funny. That he does look like the fucking the bum from Home Alone. Let's do 15. I'm young. Yeah, that's the real issue. I figured if I do one stream a day, right? I just start with Duolingo and then I can play Pokemon AutoChess, right? Then I followed the exchange with Dan. You liked it? I thought it was hilarious. I didn't want to upload it because like if Dan sees it and gets upset about it, right? He's gonna block me on everything and then I get less content. But he hasn't messaged me in like a couple days, 2 days about it. So either he forgot about me, which would be ideal. I don't like notifications. Nah, I don't like notifications. I'm just gonna start my streams with Duolingo. Let's find out my level. Because I do know some Japanese. I know a little bit. I did try to learn by myself once. But I don't know how to like how to write Japanese or anything. Japanese has three writing systems. Hiragana, which you can use to write most characters as syllables, and there are no spaces between words. We normally, we use Romanji to represent Japanese sounds using Roman alphabet.
寿司と水。寿司です。寿司です。寿司です。
This, it's. Yeah, and you put the verbs at the end. That's what screws me every single time. Your niece is fluent and lives in Japan. That's kind of why I wanted to learn
寿司と
Japanese
水。
because I was like, one day I just want to go to Japan and live there, and it'd be nice to have a job, right? So like this would help. You're too much of a boomer to learn at this point. that happens. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to
寿
be
司と水
get to that point where I don't think I can learn. If I was dropped in Japan, I think I can pick it up. Legitimately, I think I can learn it like within a year. But if I have the skills, it might be easier to find a job and to move there a little naturally or
寿司と
naturally.
水
Hmm. Romanji, Roman. Get it? Which one of these is sushi?
寿司
Hit him with the zoom in. Yeah, the art is gonna throw me, bro. I'm learning all of this. Each mistake is a heart. I've never done Duolingo. No, I'm not. Thanks, Doug. Or DD. I'm okay. Which one of these is what? Mizu, right? Mizu out.
水
The water Hokage.
寿司ください
Remember that you can always hover the words to see what they mean. Kudasai? It's not water. So,
ください
so it must be. It's sushi. Kudasai. Sushi, please.
Mi-
Mizu.
Z
What? Write this in Japanese. Water. Mizu. Let's just look at the one.
水
We're doing okay. Rice. Gohan? From Dragon Ball?
ご飯
Yeah, Gohan is rice. I had no idea. I had no idea his name was rice. Which Dragon Ball is actually really good for learning.
ご飯
Japanese
くだ
because
さ
I
い
know a lot of their names is just like food and stuff, like vegetables. Gohan kudasai. Rice, please.
水ください
Water, please.
水ください
Rice. Go.
Go.
On.
は
No. My boy Gohan. He's rice. Gohan.
ご飯
Oh, I see why people like Duolingo now. It is like a game. I didn't realize it was like a game. I just knew it helped you learn languages. Green tea. Ocha?
お茶寿司ください
Sushi, please. Green tea?
お
Oh,
茶
no.
Mm.
Ochan. Right? Oh, what'd I do?
お茶
That's not right.
お茶
Here's Ocha. It's green tea. Gohan. The game value is much higher than your. Yeah, actually, it probably is. Thank you, thank you. Unfortunately, I can't really raise my own. I don't know. Unless I do this. Write in Japanese. I forgot.
お茶
Ocha. Select matching pairs. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Green
茶
Ocha. Mizu.
水
Kudasai.
ください
Rice. My boy
Gohan.
Gohan. Sushi. I like sushi. Well, I'm crashing. Take care. How is that? That should have worked. I didn't was looking at my thing. That's pretty good. Thanks for stopping by, DD. Sleep well, buddy. Probably see you on Tuesday on the Sense Sphere. Ocha Kodasai? Whoa, 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 whoa. Green tea, please. Right in Japanese. Rice, please. Gohan
く
Kodasai?
ださい
More matching pairs. Misu Hokabe Gohan,
Gohan.
my boy. Kodasai?
ください
I actually learned that during this. Kodasai is please. Sushi.
寿司
Ocha? What the? Practice daily grows your streak. Skipping a day resets it. Oh, this is fun. Ready to continue with the streak. 7-day, 30-day, 50-day. Yeah. Let's commit with the streak. Let's do a month. Just like one look. Right, this is too much. Now we're doing too much. I gotta save my progress. Old. Oh my goodness. Oh, it doesn't show. Alright, we're just making something. Random password with bullshit. Oh, I can't put this. Why not? Hold on. Now we're doing too much. Why? This what? Now we're being retarded. Why won't it just sign me in so I can like I, okay, well, I've lost it. I don't know. I actually just don't know. What if you let me sign in? This shit's stupid. Cause I already did this shit earlier. Oh, home on the range. Where the deer and the antelope play. Jumping out of plane, this shit is so gay. I do not care either way. Please, please, please. Nobody will let me. Oh, I'm retarded. It won't even create an account. Oh, I lost my other account too. It won't let me sign up. I actually, this is retarded. Oh, this sucks. I had a account already, so I don't really care. Fuck, dude, and then I can't fucking sign up. Oh, every idea I have sucks. It literally just won't even let me create an account or sign into an account. I was able to sign into a different account, but it's not the account I want to use, so I can't use the account I want to use. It's so stupid. I can't keep my... No. Why? Oh well. Oh well. Good job, life, God, and Duolingo. You triggered me enough. You pissed me off and wasted enough of my time. I guess I'll just start over every day or whatever. I don't care. I have to do something else now. I will just start over, like I always do. That's what I get. I signed in, and then the app itself just act like it can't sign me in. It doesn't know what I'm talking about. It's like sign in. You want to use an email? What? How dare you? How dare you? Oh my god, I hate life. Everything has to be stupid. Boss Man Jack.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
I love Boss Man Jack. What? Boss Man Jack is back from rehab.
Boss Man Jack is back from rehab again.
Again? What? Let's go.
So, let's see what happens.
Let's go.
Also mentioned that this video, this VOD, was deleted. So, I don't know if anyone else even has this, but Boss Man Jack attempted to delete this VOD because he didn't want you to see this. Yeah, lost. I'm doing another one. Wow! Instant losses, dude. Oh my god, it's gone.
He said, no, it's gone.
30K, or 40K, or 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 to 200K, whatever would happen if someone in the chat was in the Twitch chat would be saying, leave, dude, cash out, dude. Cash out. That's a good point. Good point. On top of that, you know, like, dude, I watched this now. Okay, no. So he just lost 13K, but this is the main attraction right here. This round right here. I want money back. Watch this, guys. I'm about to fucking bless you guys.
I'm about to bless you guys.
Oh my god, let's go.
Let's go,
Let's
boss
put
man.
our new bands on. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, dude. Oh yeah, big money, boys. 5.8. Let's go. Let's cash that. Let's fucking cash that. 7 bands. Oh my god. Oh my god. 10K, I'm out, dude. I'm out. I'm out, dude. Oh my god, dude. Oh my fucking god, I'm out, dude. I'm fucking out, dude. $10,000, dude. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's fucking go, bro.
He said I'm out.
Bro, holy no. Hold on, last one. I swear to God, I swear to God. I think I'm gonna hit 20K.
Remember what he said? Why? If you had stopped at 10, 20, 30, 40, what did that bring?
I think I can hit 20K, dude. No, last one. I swear, last one. Guys, no.
He
Come on,
said
dude.
no. That's
Let's
what
go.
I
I need
swear.
that, guys. It's 10.6. Oh my God, dude. 12.3. Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. 17. Oh my fucking God. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God, dude. Oh my God. Get the fuck out of there. Oh my fucking God, bro. Holy fucking shit, dude. Oh my fucking God. Bro, oh my God. Oh my God.
To 22K. Now, guys, remember that he just got out of rehab. He was in there for like, what, 30, 60 days? I don't know how long. I don't think he has any other money. This is it.
No money.
Bro, oh my. I'm going for 30. I'm getting that AutoChess money. Cashing it all out, dude. 30 fucking bucks. If I hit 30K, I'm buying my car tomorrow, bro. Oh my God, that would have been fucking it. That would have been it almost. It's okay. Keep going, keep going. Oh my God, another loss. It's okay. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. 20K, I'm out. 20K, I'm out. Get that 20K, I'm out. Cash that, cash that. Is that 20K? Last one. Oh my God, dude. Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. Oh my fucking God, that's good. Let's do 500. That's fucking really good, dude. Oh my God, dude. I cannot believe I'm up this much, dude. Holy fuck. Oh my God, bro.
He said I'm up so
Oh my
much.
fucking God, bro. Let's fucking go. Let's
Kill
fucking
this
go.
Pikachu, this
Oh
rat
my fucking
bastard.
God.
No.
Oh my fucking God, dude. Oh my fucking God, dude. Dude, I'm cashing it shit in my bank account. I'm buying a fucking car, dude. I'm buying a fucking car this time. Oh my fucking God, dude. Oh my fucking God.
This sounds fair, but guys, remember, he's been saying that he's going to buy a car for literally years.
I'm gonna buy it or not. They fucking, it's legit, bro. It's fucking. Maybe you get taxed 1,000, bro. Whatever. I think you still get a nice ass whip though. Holy fucking shit, dude. I'm gonna look for it. Oh my God, bro. Holy shit. Oh my fucking God, dude. Dude, should we go for 50?
I don't think we go
Dude,
poison. I think we play bug.
that would be sick. Oh my God, dude. Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God, bro. Oh my fucking God, dude. Oh my fucking God, dude.
This is why we all love
How did this
AutoChess,
guy
man,
beat
because he
me?
makes these crazy odds.
OMG.
9K a mine.
Oh my fucking God, dude. Oh my God. That's really good, dude. That's over 40. Oh my fucking God. Oh, there we go. Oh, bro. What? Bro, that should have been a lot more than that. Oh, it was on 3. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. I thought that was on 7, dude. I thought that was on 7, bro. One,
Thought that was on
two,
7, bro.
3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. I did it, bro. 41K. Let's go over 3 here. Yep, easy money. Oh my God, easy money. Silver 4. Okay, mid. Silver 4. It's okay, it's okay. Oh my God, that was a big. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I think we're actually playing
We got
bugs.
this. Bug is hitting every first one, dude. Holy fuck,
Sound.
it's hitting every first one. Oh my God, that's like 6 in a row. First time. Oh, let's go. We needed that. Here, I'm gonna do a big one here. 15.
Oh, music started, guys.
15 mine.
But keep in mind, look at this. He's doing 15 mines. There are 15 mines.
Oh, dude, come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Give me a
1, 2,
15 mine, bro.
3, 4, 5.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's go. We need that. That's 6K a piece. All we need is a few of these, guys. Oh, fuck you. Come on. Come on, we got this. We got this. Oh, come on, man. Please. Dude, please, man. I need 3. Oh my God. Your face so fat, bro.
I think I'd rather just play
Oh my
bug.
god, bro.
Is there a bug monster?
Hey, man. Hey, break the fuck
Bug
out, dude.
poison,
What is going
steel,
on?
flying rock,
Dude, it's just swicked up.
fighting.
Fuck off, dude. Oh my god, I can't believe I just let myself do that, dude. Oh my god, dude. Fuck
I
off,
can't
dude.
believe I can kill myself.
No! Well, this sucks. It's okay. Please, man. Please. Please, dude. Please. Oh my fucking god. Dude, what the fuck is going on, dude?
Oof, there's a monster
Oh my
angle now.
fucking god, dude.
I always find all the monsters.
Where's
I'm
that
finding all
fucking
the
monster
monsters
going
lately.
on, dude?
It's gonna take my bug portal. Bug grass something.
Got
Grass, monsters, something.
game slots or something.
There's 3 monsters, grass is
There
here.
is.
Hey, cut it off.
It's interesting.
Dude, oh my fucking god. I'm fucking done, dude. Are you fucking kidding me right now, dude? What the fuck just happened to me, bro?
What the fuck just happened to me?
Oh my
If we
god.
play bug, it's not
I
gonna be
quit,
with
dude.
you, buddy.
I fucking
For
quit,
it.
bro.
I'm for it.
I'm making another YouTube video on me. Rick, that's bullshit. Taking all my money back. No fucking way, dude. Fucking YouTube video. Here we go. 40K to 0 in 2 minutes. New YouTube video.
I think we believe in the bug dream.
Fucking teaching
There's
kids
a
to make
bug
their money back, bro.
angle here somewhere, bro.
Oh my fucking god, dude. I wanna cry right now, dude. You gotta be fucking kidding me, bro.
There is a bug angle somewhere.
And fuck you, you sack of dog shit. It doesn't cut off like that. You rigged fucking piece of shit, dude. Wow, these guys are fucking rigged, dude. It's so fucking crazy, bro. I cannot believe I just lost
We
so
lost.
badly. I had to, dude. Absolutely
Devastating
46K.
loss. I probably shouldn't have gave Scyther the cleanse tag.
Wow, dude. Fuck you, man. Sucks so bad. What have I just did to me?
Oh man, I shouldn't have made cleanse tag. I had my grass chip that I desperately, desperately need.
Okay, nah, yeah,
He
right.
just fits the team, which is weird. It's just fucking weird.
Oh my god,
We
dude.
gotta make another grass chip.
Dude! Oh my god, these guys fucking break my shit, dude. Oh my fucking god, dude. They fucking cut it off, dude. Oh my fucking god, dude. Fuck
I don't
off.
wanna
I
lose.
never catch a break, dude.
I gotta try.
I
Never had to. You just made it was like 43K.
had 40K. This is too much, I guess. Yeah, it is. No, dude. Oh my fucking god, dude. I wanna, dude. Oh my fucking god.
We might have lost without Monster 4.
Fucking YouTube video. Here we go.
There's no grass.
40K to 0. New YouTube video.
No. Tell you something, brother. Snort a goat. There is another bug poison that I need. That I could use. Yeah, if we just add in the bug poisons. Might be nasty. No, I kinda like it like this. We're just gonna hold. He has what? What the heck? He has a goddamn golem. XP is too much. He had Golem. What? Sure. Ooh. Let's get a super chat. No, man. What the heck? I could really use. I could really use. He could be useful if we get like Nihilego. He could be useful if I get a fossil stone. We're not gonna find my spider, are we? I guess I do have an amorphous here. This is tougher than I know. Tougher than I know. You said, look at that. Yeah, blue or red orb. I do have blue orb, red orb. I don't have an amorphous to put in. But if I did, I'll poison. If I did, we run this plus. We probably want this. Guess I have to put this in. We need a Hellego. I need water. Nihilego or any one of the monsters. Might make a fire chip. See what we get here first. He got the stone, so we're not playing this. We're probably playing the fire chip. Now we have a grass chip. Grass chip. I made the grass chip. I don't know if that was the smartest move. Why is this wrong? Why is this wrong? I don't know if that was actually smart or not. Smart because I don't have to play this. That was the whole thing. I didn't want to play that. I thought I would be at 5 grass though. I'm not really sure. One, two, three. I thought I'd be at 5 grass. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I think grass on you is pretty good. It's probably really good on YouTube, but it's fine. The question is, who gets this upgrade on? We're gonna crash out in a blaze of glory. He actually has stuff though. He's actually playing bug. I'm not. He said I'm gonna do a deal. DSP's great deals, bro. I don't see a clear path. We probably want that, but it's time. I need the money. I really, really do. I need that money. I think monster poison is my best shot. Got Groudon and Heligo. Grass Chip Mega Groudon? I think that's the play. It has to be the play, right? It just has to be. It just has to be, bro. Oh, I had muscle there. Or Monster 6. Of one dragon. Listen. Fucking maybe. Fucking maybe. I need to put in a grass type. Or fucking. This is tough. Oh, it's not that tough. It is not that tough. What the hell? I need to put in a. Oh, maybe we don't. We need this. Oh, buddy. You know? Oh my god. We need him in. And the last dragon would be bad. Oh my gosh. Flinch him or something, man. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. We want him in. Here we go. We're not playing Amorphous. Mega Groudon, baby. I can't believe I'm saving this. I can't. I can't believe this is getting saved right now. If we put in anything, we probably put in ground 4, man. We don't need another monster. Um, I don't know. Wonderbox, Red Orb. Yeah, I put Wonderbox, right? If I lose, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm actually gonna lose it. I lost. No. No, man. What do you mean? Fucking me. Oh, shit. I lost. I lost. Oh well. Oh boy. At least we tried. I got third. At least we tried. I kind of bottomed out. I gotta figure out how to get these late game comps working. I'm working.
Oh, my hands are falling asleep from playing like this. Here's hoping that I can find a controller mod and get it to work. Playing this with controller is a lot more relaxing on the hands and arms. That's for sure.
Brendan 2 up on IG. IG's for nerds.
Anyone who came by in that first people who were reviewing, you guys still here? Not
Anybody who came by, he's still here.
It is what it is. I don't know what happened.
Fucking texture mods, bro.
Those who are here talking and chilling, thank you for hanging out with me here tonight. Tag me in chat at ESP Gaming on YouTube or at ESP Gaming Real on Kick if you would like to talk with me.
He said, tag me in chat, guys. Tag me in chat. You want to talk to me? They're just talking with themselves.
Well, Yvonne, they don't have to wait long at all. It's a 5-minute wait. It's a 5-minute wait to talk in the chat. That's it. Follow for 5 minutes. You can talk. I took away that limitation that your account has to exist for a whole day. People should have an account that existed for less than, what, an hour, right? Okay, we're 25 bucks away from hitting goal number 47 out of 50. We're that close. Thank you so much again, guitar player. Let's do it. Let's hit that goal, folks.
Let's get that money.
So here's the deal. I'm streaming this for about 10 to 20 more minutes tops.
So here's the deal.
If we can hit
Hey Neil Gear, what's going on, buddy?
support.
Welcome in, welcome in. What time is it for you, buddy? Okay. I uploaded some stuff my day. I did my Duolingo because I want to learn Japanese. So I'm gonna start my streams with some Duolingo. What is this? And then play some Pokemon AutoChess. I cleaned my car. AM. I thought it was late for you, buddy. It's tough. It's a really good unit. That's pretty late, buddy. Yeah, we're rolling over to 8 p.m. I'm trying to grind, get my elo up. Show I can be good at this game, I think. I probably should took the water. What are we playing, man? All I have are pairs. I have an infinite number of pairs. Yeah, Somnia can get you. Let's buy this. Come on, man. Oh. I took the fossil. Because I might do something with it. Now we got 2 babies. You don't play the bugs. I don't think I play the bugs. You gonna eat the bugs. This is something. Boom, 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 boom. I didn't use items, so we lose anyway. Fought some shills earlier, so that's good. Did you win? need a baby. Or we can just play a nasty fire field game. Yeah, you won. If we give this thing Pokenomicon, now when it casts its spells, it'll burn things. So we can pretend like it's a fire type too. Isn't that cool? Smoked. Of course he has the war turtle. What were they shilling about, Neo Gear? Hope it was about Doctor Who. Got me one too. What's up, punk? Might need a firestone, that's the only issue, huh? Might need a firestone. I think I just play field, can be honest. We probably just play field. I don't think I get fancy with that being said. That was another one? Do I want this? No. No. My childhood is bleak. It was Doctor Who. They try to say you're a racist. That's sad. Because they can't argue the episode. It was a bad episode. People's tastes are so messed up now, Neo Gear. They're so messed up. So, like, you feed them crumbs and they go like, oh, you gotta say it's good now. It's so messed up. Oh, this guy is getting dogged on. There we go. You couldn't hear the music. Plus, I'm one of the people they pander that they make. Yeah, exactly. They don't know what they're doing. Oh, I kind of gotta take the fielder home. Almost gotta take it. Almost gotta take it. Now, do we make... Let's just play Firefield. It's a classic. It's an effing classic. And I'm a little interested. I don't have ground yet, so I don't need to do this. He does some damage, I guess. We're gonna play Firefield with a baby 5 or a baby 7 angle, if I can find it. There's a lot of baby fielders, but they try to say you're a normal white, and then they belittle you. Isn't that crazy? I guess I have a fielder right here. This one sucks. Let's do it. Let's do it. Now the real question is, do I roll? Like one roll. You gotta roll once. You gotta roll once. I got an Eevee out of it. Everybody loves Eevee. Ooh, that's a baby. Come here, my baby. That's a baby. Let's pick it up. I just rolled through my baby. I picked up 2 more though, so who really won in the end? Oh. Boom. Who actually won in the end? That's the wrong fielder. That's the wrong fielder. This is tough. This is actually really tough because we can either play just fire, ground at a field level, or we have to go. Oh, I'm not in a field region. We don't have anything I need. We have to play Torkoal. I have to play Torkoal. I'm not at field 6 anymore. Were we ever at field 6? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Ooh, we're not in any region, dude. This sucks. Like, it makes me hate myself, but I will not let them win. Yeah, it's not you. It's 100% them. Yo, my field 6 team won. We're playing fire ground. There's a dark angle. Oh no, it's not. It's fake. I can't play that. We're playing like ground. There's a dark angle. With this? Oh, okay. I 100% see the vision. Go get 'em, boys. I need you. We're gonna do baby 7, probably. Okay, here's the real question. Do we get ground 4? Yes. I have to put this guy in. I'm not playing that. So you probably don't play this. We can hold it for now, though. I don't play it, though. I do not play it. We're on the road to 7. It's over, John. What's your thing? Special damage and blind, whatever, bro. Go crazy. Yeah, then we put in the guy. Then we put in you over Charmeleon and then Gucci, yeah. I don't know how I'm losing, but it will be okay. Now we're getting saucy. What is that? did it gain energy? What the hell? Neo Gear, you would never believe what the hell just happened. I lost my fucking mind because of that bullshit. No rock types. Oh. I actually lost my mind dealing with that. I was like, what the hell is that? So, I had my, toothbrush. And a goddamn... I'm at maybe 6. I had my toothbrush and a goddamn, like, wastebasket that I was using to hold it. And the toothbrush has been out of battery for, I want to say, a while now. You're not out of battery, but it's low battery. I want the space. Just give it to him, I guess. And as I'm sitting here doing my stream, like, I just hear a vibrating noise. Like, and then it's getting louder and louder. Like I said, my toothbrush is out of battery, though. I'm investigating the noise. It led me to the toothbrush. I had to turn my toothbrush off. Isn't that crazy? It was just gaining power, sitting there doing nothing. I brushed my teeth like 5 hours ago. That's the last baby. We're in a win streak? Yes. It's a carousel. I think we can wait till after this carousel. We're probably gonna have to sell this. Maybe it's Mrs. Flood. I hope so. Alright, nice loss. Good L, good L. Good L. Even though it gives me less time to get fucking eggs now. God damn it. Yo, my toothbrush was really dead. Like, it's not really dead. It was pretty low. Like, to the point where it doesn't vibrate when I want to brush my teeth. Yet here I am. Yet here I am. Put him in a dark chip. Oh, I wanted the ice. Oh, I wanted the water. We're gonna end up dropping this probably. I didn't find it. I never found it. Look, he's like, is he doing it? I am doing it. It's gonna give me 2 chances to get an egg. I'm gonna have 2 chances to get an egg now. It's human. Artificial's really good too. We're gonna keep both of these, I guess. We'll just keep both of them. Because I can make the normal work too, maybe. I haven't found a single sentry, huh? The first one's probably not gonna give me a golden egg. And then I gotta lose again and get a golden egg. Is it good? Tepig, it is fire. Fury fighting. It's kinda good. It's kinda good. Shit. What do I get rid of? It's only kinda good. There's no way, right? This is the last shot. If I get a golden egg here, I can make a last minute comeback with the shiny item in like a couple turns. I need to find quillfish. There's a golden, there's my shiny item. Get rid of all this garbage. Here comes Neo Gear with the plan, bro. What's the plan? Put in my clowns. You want this? Oh, that's a hard baby. That's a hard baby. You want this? I'm gonna do this. Where are you? It's a fielder! Oh! That's ground. They have fury. Clog sire. Ferret. I don't actually need you, right? Right, you're fielder. Yeah, sorry. Holy fucking Canucks, bro. There he is. This is Entei. That was supposed to be Entei. It was supposed to be Entei. I could have made fire field with this guy. Wild? What the hell? I'm a dark type short and a fire type too hard. We're actually at 4 field. Well, I'm at 4 ground. Artificial. Fuck! I just realized I had this pair here that I can use. I mean, I guess this isn't the worst. This is definitely not the worst. It's not what I wanted. We actually wanted the fielder probably, because I forgot I have this field egg. But I don't know, we can't go. This is tough. Good job, Torkel. Specs. Now I'm getting curve stomped. Do we want this? I wanted the mana swerve. I got the mana swerve. Trying to protect the time. Sadly still trying to find a good name for it. But the main one ends up gaining humanity after the story ends, fighting the race. somebody to protect our boys. There we go, fire 6. I like this. We really want this to hatch. Come on. Yes. Oh, there's no way. There's no way he's beating me. Team is interesting. It looks good. It looks good. Want a Fury guy in? It's probably this guy. Hatch. Here's a shiny item. Rare candy? Whoa, buddy. Yes! Yes! I have Incineroar! This is nuts. Whoa, buddy. Yes. Now I just need to level up, put him in maybe, turn Fury on. We need that guy. Dude, I literally have Incineroar. Did he die? He's already dead. This guy sucks. Come on, man. I don't need this. We'd rather have this in, actually. I literally have Incineroar. What else do they want from me? Dude, what a clutch pickup. That's not what I want. This might be what I want. No, we're not playing that. Classic. Only because I'm doing good. Only because I'm doing good. That was the clutchest thing ever, man. Baby 7 into rare candy, instant Incineroar. Litten into Incineroar. That was crazy. I just need an idea for how I need to work on someone. The best one, yeah. Then I saw you responded to the. Of course, my game crashed. This is cringe, dude. I would have actually won. They have to. I promise you, okay, they have to nerf me. It's every time. Every time I'm doing great. Or make a comeback. It freezes. They have to, though. I need a better computer, I guess. But the game does crash. I don't know. Yes, I know. Look. Every fucking time, dude. The doctor as a historian? Nah, been there, done that. Can't wait to be back in the game and just be dead already. Just kill me already. Hurry up, just kill me. Yeah, thank you. Fucking stupid ass game, dude. Yeah.
Another goal, and we'll be at 48. That would mean tomorrow we only have 2 to hit.
I like hearing. I like listening to the Dark Side Phil beg for money over the internet. It's really funny.
First choice marathon on Tuesday. All right. Can we hit another goal in the next 10 minutes. Can we do it? Jalen, just so you know, the offer stands, but only for tonight. So if you do not give the 9 subs by the end of the stream in the next 10 to 15 minutes, that's it. Then it resets. And I do not offer those.
Why this guy bullying Peanut Head? He said, okay, well. What's wrong with people?
Things all the time. So if you're looking for the OG badge,
They're in there
take advantage
bullying
now
Peanut Head, bro.
before it's too late, or else it resets. And you're back to square one. You're good? All right, all good. I will not pressure you. I just wanted to let you know. You know, it's only for tonight. I bring it up from time to time. I bring it up again.
From time to time, I'll bring it up again.
It's not a standing offer forever, though. Okay. I got the drip.
Boom.
I got the drip. Go. 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 I got the drip. Go.
I gotta make a whole different Duolingo account. So stupid. You like Kenny versus Spenny? Nero Gear? That seems like a show you would like. Whoa, buddy. The faucet is dripping. I can't turn it off. Of course, we're waiting on Peanut Head, bro. What the heck? It's a Canadian, like, I guess comedy reality show that was aired in the late 2000s or early 2000s. It's really good. It's about two best friends, Kenny and Spenny, and they compete in challenges. It's really good. Yep. There's a bunch of kids screaming out my window. Yeah. Kenny, he has a YouTube channel and he's been uploading episodes to YouTube. Like upscale HD versions to YouTube. Search Kenny Hots and just watch any episode. It's great. It's so great. We got pairs for days. Pairs for days. Two of a kind. Well, now what? Well, now what? Oh, no. Oh my god, I needed the bugs. Not playing bugs. You gonna eat the bugs. No.
That's what I would like to see.
Here, and yeah, Keem is doing well with it right now. Ashaya, listen, the last week and a half have been great. The last week and a half, 2 weeks have been great. In terms of views, social blade, subs, right? But, again, this is when all the crazy shit is happening. How will it settle when Keem's gone? When the drama has subsided? What will the show be about? That's the big fucking picture right there.
It didn't happen. I didn't get the hair pull. I didn't get the hair pull in the video. But he's just fucking look at that.
He's, you know, if you got on the phone with him about an hour a day, he'd be in such good fucking shape.
What is he talking about?
Just one-liners. Right? He's just fucking losing it. Like completely losing it. And now
And then, like, when it gets to it's like, I guess on the police.
yeah,
all
go
of
to
it.
the second part.
Yeah.
He talks about it here. Yeah.
So you get
Listen, this is the first time I'm hearing this too.
Called them mentally ill.
Imagine Boogie trying to accuse anybody else of being mentally ill. Seriously.
yeah, who's got you?
Holy cow, Boogie. By the way, what is Snake? What is Rap Fuck? Keemstar is the only opportunities he has in life, the only lifeline that he really has to a steady income.
Yeah.
He stinks him like that, says he's a sociopath. And it's like, yeah, you know what? He might be a sadistic fuck. I'm sure he is. He gives you money for it. I'm sure he is. You know, he's absolutely a circus barker, you know, and a total grifter, like con man.
I'm so tuned now, so you can watch the show later. Around the shows, they keep bringing up the value art. Like, it's weird they keep bringing up the value art. I think it's interesting. It's a logical plot thread to go down because this doctor is very out of character, and we all know, like, the doctor going evil. Right, they've always said that path is the Valyard, right? So it would be a nice way to tie all of this madness into Classic Who. So I completely understand why they want the Valyard. But this ain't connected to Classic Who now, is it? Someone added Tyrantrum. What? Imagine if I added the first fossil. I could have played fossils. Guess we still could, maybe. We're kind of playing dragons, honestly. We're kind of playing dragons. Whoops. Oopsie. Took too long. We have humans here too, huh? Oh, Charmander's my dragon. I was like, I had a dragon somewhere. I'm not getting this. Felt it. Felt it again. You play dragons or humans? Brick break. Fucking yikes. Effing yikes, bro. Whoa. Look at all the pairs. Whoa, buddy. Look at all the pairs. He can't be used at all with new lore. the Valyar? He probably can't. Oh, they want the 14th to be the Valyar. That would just be too nice, right? Might they forgot, well, just do the miss. Once you get rid of them, the miss by generation. Yeah, something like that. Something exactly like that. Because, especially with that leak spoiler about curing the world of the Doctor, maybe we gotta cure the world of Gatwa. Bring the Doctor back. Ooh, we don't want field. We don't want field. Dragon? I just took the dragon portal. Cause I'm cringe. Take the dragon portal. Yeah. It depends on what this pick is, what we play. We're either gonna play like fighting, human. Dragon. Dude, we could have had a sick fossil team. Like, how am I supposed to predict the future? So stupid. I'm playing dragons, I think. Think it. We only have 4 dragons, though. Fire 4. Do we give him Brick Break? We cannot find any more Chimchars. Which means we need to go Dragon yesterday. I'll play a field. Fuck off. Oh, that's ice. We're in the ice region? No, we're in the dragon region. He becomes monster. How do I end up playing monster every time, by the way? Need you, put you on the bench. Swan, here's a dragon. Oh, how's RTD gonna make the Doctor a god again? Thankfully, I've Doctor Phil so much. Something like that. Beat the meat, beat the meat. Playing monster dragons. Charcoal. We need to transition into some sort of monster. Do we have Dino? Dino is in some sort of monster dragon comp with the fire bent. With the fire bent, bro. Are you ready soon? We're not gonna play humans. We might as well teach him this. That's weird. There you are. Let's keep rolling. I'm rolling. Beat the meat. Much better compared to New Who. Yeah, I still gotta watch the 8th Doctor story. The 8th Doctor, movie. I crashed it by leveling up. Beat the meat. What? Alright, you got some monster. Probably something like this, right? That's all I hear in this song. Oh my god, are you serious? How am I not gonna pick the last of the fire chips, bro? Are you definitely serious? What the hell? This is nuts. Fire 4. We gotta put it on a monster though. Oh, you. With this, I guess. Make me some money. Get on that street. This is crazy. Dragon 5, Monster 4 with no Gibble. I don't even have Gibble yet. He's a dragon monster. And I'm Fire 4 with Dark 3. How did I lose? No, man. We might have wanted the trap. There's a lot of space. There's no space. Alright, dude, I actually just don't understand. No. We probably wanted that, huh? I shouldn't have. Maybe we shouldn't have gotten rid of that. Beat me. Dragon 7. Dragon effing 7. It's not enough, by the way. Because I don't have monster 4. Oh my god. I need all my evolutions. That's pretty good. Just evolve all my boys, please. I lose. Oh my effing god. I'm gonna see what other Doctor Who fans are saying while they're alive. Hoping to get more watches soon. I might. I don't know if I keep losing like this. Thanks for stopping by, man. I like Hobo Holmes. I thought about, I don't know. Should I A-log some people? I don't. Let's just have a peek at what other people. Who's live?
Very hyperactive, and he really did not feel like the Doctor at all. We know that some scenes were added in at a later date. We know that there was a little reshoot going on or something like that. That's what I heard anyway. So I wondered if that was one of them. Oh.
It's fucked. Who am I? Who am I? Who are you? Like, is there anyone live? I doubt it, yeah. Nobody I know, I should say. We got 2 Kenny versus Spenny episodes. Who's a better basketball coach? We're getting peak television. Literally peak television. Let's watch the ultimate Doctor Who cult fan. The ultimate cult fan, bro. See what he has to say about this tragedy. He's not even going to talk about the episode, I promise. Watch. Tragedy of an episode.
Back to another video. The long winter is finally over. Yes, guys, followers of the channel will be aware that for the past few weeks, these past 3 weeks or so, I've been going through it. Not in Doctor Who land, don't you guys worry, but in real life world, and I am happy to finally come out to the world and say, we made it. The light at the end of the tunnel. We have made it through, folks. We are now in the sunshine. We are victorious. And so for our victory lap, I am going to be going crazy on the YouTube channel. Expect more uploads, expect more activity, expect more everything. Sometimes
we're not going to get more uploads or more activity. He's going to keep at the same pace he's always been at. I don't know what he's yapping about. He's just filibustering because the episode sucked.
You guys have those days, those weeks, those months where, I mean, things are just not looking very good, bruv.
Like Doctor Who.
Trust me, I have been there, but things do get better. So let's shoot for the skies, people. I'm going to be going all out because my goal for the end of season 2 is 30,000 subscribers. You already know. We are so close. But is it possible? Either way, I don't care. I'm just gonna be going all out. So definitely don't forget to tune in. I uploaded 2 videos yet. All you have to do is leave a like, leave a comment, and leave. And
And we're back. Hello, people. Take two, because I just recorded about 1 or 2 minutes of my pre-ramble and the audio was messed up. So I paused and started again. But don't worry, I didn't actually talk about that much. So what did I think of the episode? I am a bit mixed, and I'll get into my thoughts because I've got a few thoughts and they're all quite complicated. This is going to be a rather dense review, and I'm going to be going through a few topics that are rather difficult and rather complicated and rather controversial. So I will ask just now before we get into the story, and with being modern times. And now that we're halfway through, it's really coming to form together. With this episode, we're getting real hints at what's to come in the finale. A lot of the character arcs are getting fully wrapped up. But I must say, the real notable exclusion from this story, the real thing that I really think is holding it back, is the lack of Belinda Chandra. Belinda has been carrying the whole series on her back, in my opinion. Not to
Belinda has been carrying the series. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. What are you supposed to say to that? Like, if you believe that, you'll believe anything.
to say that the stories haven't been good, but really it's her character that has actually been the highlight of the series for me, stand out by far.
And now we know why women are more annoying now than ever. You get a woman like Belinda and you got guys like this praising her.
Think it's the thing that's really carried me through the episodes, that emotive human aspect, which is weird because you'd think that this episode would have that more, being a Dr. Light story, but weirdly enough it doesn't, and that absence is really felt. I would say that's one of my main criticisms with the story, but there are a few more. What did I like though? Let's start with what I enjoyed, which is mainly the opening to the story. The first act, the first 15 or so minutes, the first 20 minutes is very strong. I feel like the opening scene, especially in 2007, it's New Year's, we introduced to Conrad.
Very strong is pushing it. Pushing it. But this episode was almost an hour. You're telling me the best part was the first 15 minutes? Sad.
The Doctor vindicates, Belinda's there, 50p. It's all really quite well done, I think. I think it's a really good opening scene. And similarly, when we get to the podcast and we're going through the story, I really like the scene with the Series 14-esque aspect of the Doctor and Ruby. It really felt like their relationship had just walked out of Series 14 and was right in Series 15. And it's strange that I'm already kind of nostalgic for that. And it was great. It was a great sequence.
And that is strange because it was garbage. It tells you how low the bar is getting.
It was tense, it was funny. Chitty does a funny voice, haha. And it was sweet. It was sweet seeing all of this come together. Ali from The Empty Child is back, which I don't know if anyone else noticed that but me. Probably only me. And then getting Ruby onto the podcast, all of this stuff. It was very nice and sweet. And then...
What about the podcast? We barely saw any of it. That's why he's showing footage that's not even part of the episode because it's unrelated. The podcast didn't help influence the plot or the episode or the characters at all. But here he is praising it.
You have
all of a 2-minute scene, maybe. They didn't really have a lot of lines. Like, we didn't really hear her talk on the podcast.
The date scene where Ruby describes what the shriek is, very well done. Have all of the scenes with Ruby's family getting ready. She hasn't had a boyfriend in a long time. By the way, something which I find a bit weird, maybe it's not weird to literally anyone else, but all of the subtext and all of the subtext of last series as well was implying not that Ruby and the Doctor were boyfriend and girlfriend, but that they definitely did like each other in that way. This episode, Ruby Sunday says, hell nah to that. I get dunked on, disproven, slam dunked. I don't know, do I still cope? I don't think it was ever meant to be romantic, but at the same time, I don't...
All of these romantic plots with the Doctor are cope. If you ever think he's getting with any of these women, you're wrong. Like, it's never been about that. It's not supposed to be about that. So the fact that he's distracted by the stuff is sad. Like, he's watching Doctor Who for the wrong reasons. But I mean, the show's made for him, though. They want a soap opera.
Was ever purely platonic. I mean, it wasn't really a boyfriend and girlfriend thing. I never viewed it as that. But come on, they definitely loved each other. The framing of everything, the framing of this episode as well. Anyway, they go to this...
You use love in the wrong term, in the wrong tense. It's like there's different types of love. And not everything is that type of love.
Village. I mean, looking back, the hints were there the whole time. Village,
really.
podcaster. He was from a Disney live action remake. Fuck yeah, this guy's evil. But that is actually where the whole episode begins to fall apart, in my opinion. That plot twist where Conrad is in think tank and all this blah 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 blah. The episode very quickly devolves from
what the hell? Even he's just skipping over the plot. He's something about think tank, blah blah blah. Who cares?
a very strong horror story to just an incomprehensible.
And he's gonna rate this episode good. He's gonna say it's like an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, guys. He's gonna say something like that, I promise.
Mess. The start has a lot of vibes of Love and Monsters, and then it just transforms into something. It turns into something else.
What happened to the original plot of the movie? What happened to the original plot of the movie?
It's a very comfortable way of looking at things. And the episode's social commentary is neither subtle nor intelligent or insightful or really saying anything that holds true, in my opinion.
Whoa! I was not expecting that. That was based. That was base. He said the whole commentary wasn't insightful, intelligent. Whoa, wait. That was so base.
Or really saying anything that holds true, in my opinion.
He said it wasn't even true. He said it didn't hold anything that holds true. Wait, that was base. I didn't expect him to say that at all.
It's a very comfortable way of looking at things. And the episode's social commentary is neither subtle nor intelligent or...
Whoa! Wait, I was not expecting him to say this so base. DW fan 91. He's right. Hold on, before I post a comment, let me make sure he said what I think he said.
And the episode's social commentary is neither subtle nor intelligent or insightful or really saying anything that holds true, in my opinion.
He said the episode's social commentary really wasn't insightful or intelligent or subtle or even true. Felt it.
I don't think this episode is self-aware enough to realize what it's actually saying. Okay, let's get into the plot twist. So, the first half of this episode...
I was not expecting him. No, I'm not gonna type it all out. I'm not gonna type it all out. He might have earned a like though.
is a very nice kind of character study of Ruby Sunday, seeing her evolve after her travels with the Doctor, seeing how she integrates into her family, and seeing how she moves on relationship-wise. Ruby and Conrad's burgeoning relationship is very sweet. Without the context of the rest of the episode, yes, I do think it's rather sweet, at least how it's played initially. They like each other.
Isn't that criminal? He said without the context of the whole episode. It's good. It's sweet.
They're cute. It's all very nice. And we even get some nice details about Ruby's PTSD. Poor Ruby. As always, Doctor Who goes out of its way to make Ruby the most sympathetic person of all time. First 73 yards, now this episode, they're going all out to make her as sympathetic as humanly possible. And they do. They make her very sympathetic. But then we get to the plot twist where Conrad pulls his shirt off and says, think tank, and then we're recording, we're live streaming, hashtag unit lies, all this bullshit. There's so many layers as to why it's bad, but I think before I go into the kind of ideological faults of the episode and misunderstandings, because I understand where they're coming from and I'm coming from the same place, but it's just hopelessly naive, and they get really lost along the way. Mainly because the big problem with this episode is that for the second half, the editing is just garbage. Before this, I would say that the worst episode of Rusty Davies 2 was the Star Beast. That one is quite choppy in places. Again, doesn't really realize what it's saying, and just has quite a few elements of it that aren't very good. Lucky Day, I would say, is quite considerably worse. I would say Lucky Day is the worst episode of this era so far, because this episode is just not very good. I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry guys, I'm sorry. You guys know me, I'm the most positive on this era, but I'm also the most honest YouTuber of all time. I'm not just gonna blindly praise everything that I see. This episode just wasn't good, and not even from a writing standpoint or blah blah blah. A lot of the production choices and a lot of the editing, it wasn't up to the same standard of quality as either the Robot Revolution, Lux, or The Well. I'm sorry, it just isn't. Comparing this to 73 Yards, which is
I don't know what he's talking about. I really want him to change my mind on this one. I don't know. He's talking about production wise. I don't know. I guess there wasn't anything cool in the episode to look at. That's the only thing I can think of what he's talking about. But I guess, yeah, kind of. Yeah, because story wise, I mean, it's not going to hold up in court. And you don't even have anything pretty. Yeah, the editing was whatever.
What I was hoping to do is just night and day. 73 Yards is my favorite episode of this era, and this is definitely the worst. Not by far the worst. There have been a couple stinkers. I think the Church on Ruby Road also wasn't that good. Joy to the World could have been better. Joy to the World, I'll probably get.
This guy, dude, he can't even say bad. He said, it wasn't that good. This wasn't that good. And he's saying, this is the worst episode. But not by far, not by far. It's like, you know, almost as
Give
good.
that like a 5 or
What is
6
wrong
out
with
of 10.
people?
That Joy to the World, though, that is a story that is very good deep down. The problem is, halfway through, its whole identity is cracked because they came to Stephen Moffat and said, sorry, we don't have the money. It's very obvious that Joy to the World, going on a little tangent here, Joy to the World would have been good if they were able to do what they wanted to do, but the fact that they stay in one place, it leaves the episode feeling cracked. And while the sequence with Anita is the best part of the episode, it's not what the episode should be about, so the whole thing seems split and poorly underdeveloped and just kind of a nothing burger. The Church on Ruby Road is better than Joy to the World, and it's not necessarily a bad story, but at the same time, again, there are big holes where you could see that there was stuff that was meant to go there. The pacing is all over the place, and there are sequences that are just odd and don't really fit or work. Same with the Star Beast, except the Star Beast is definitely a case of just too little time, too much to do. Again, similarly to Joy to the World, the Star Beast could have been good. There's actually quite a lot of really good elements in it. It's just when you watch it, there are noticeable cracks that start to show. Lucky Day is the first episode of this era where I think kind of just on a base fundamental level, the plot twist and all of the thought process and all of the things that evolve from it just kind of sucks. And then the episode also just so happens not to be good as well.
Excuse me, sorry. At that point, I probably should have muted my mic. But so he's saying this was the first episode for him where the fundamentals just weren't there, which is like true. Like the plot just straight up makes no sense. The character motivation straight up makes no sense. What they do in the episode straight up just makes no sense. But that's true for most of these episodes, man. like the fact that he's like, this was an outlier. This, like he making it sound like this was a one-off. This was an outlier. It's usually not this bad, guys. But it's like, I don't know. I almost enjoyed this episode better than a lot of the other ones, like even Robot Revolution to a point. Almost on par with Lux. Like, it blows my mind. I just think your tastes are pretty whacked if you like The Well. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, he thinks The Well's the best episode of this era, surely. Your tastes have to be just shot to hell if you like The Well. There's nothing redeemable about that episode. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors and tricks, though. I mean, I guess there is some things redeemable. It looks good. It sounds good. And, you know, like It's actually a gross episode, and it's just so boring. That's why it's just so boring. I promise you, none of these people are rewatching The Well. They're lying if they say they are.
I think it's cartoonish is how I'd describe it. Let's talk about the start again, because the start is definitely the best part of the episode, and there's a clear kind of way that the story could go, and then it just doesn't. I think we all kind of
Yeah, and the start's kind of cool in this episode because like there is an element of time travel happening in this Doctor Who episode for once, which we usually don't get in this series, which is why none of these past episodes have been good. But he'll
have
explain.
guessed that Conrad was evil from outside the show, but going into the show, it's really odd, especially that opening scene, which I think is quietly one of the most compelling and emotive parts of the story. This poor kid sees the TARDIS materialize in front of him, and that changes his world forever. That's a brilliant idea.
I love how he's not using clips from the episode at all because it's that boring, right?
For a story, and a
I mean, because it was that good of an episode.
brilliant idea for a character, and an even better idea for a villain. There's a lot of
Like, that's brainwashing from DW fan here to make you think this episode was good by showing you clips of David Tennant's era. Like I understand it's related. Like, he's trying to say, look, it's the same as this. He's copying this. Like, yeah, RTD's a hack. Thanks for reminding me. But, like, you want to talk about Lucky Day? You want to show me Lucky Day?
great stuff there, and it's really
Still
emotive
not
how
Lucky
he's just
Day.
starstruck. He just sees it and he's like, I'm Conrad. And then he's like, doesn't speak at all because he's thinking. The Doctor gives him a 50p coin, he's vindicated. That's all part of his wider story. And then Conrad runs off, he's desperate to find his mum, and his mum just says stop lying and hits him, slaps him. And that's really formative. That shows how he could become the way he could. The problem is, in the context of the story, knowing what we know about him in the future,
I should probably rewatch the episode. Like, I feel like I missed a bunch of stuff. Like, everybody's like, he slapped him. His mama slapped him. I did not react to that at all. Like, did I blink and I missed the scene? Like, why does all the important stuff happen so fast?
his mom is
In these
portrayed as
episodes. It's
entirely
stupid.
justified, and that is just so
We're still not
weird to
looking
me.
at
because
any
Conrad, they say throughout the episode, don't
images
trust
from the
him, he's a
episode.
liar. So the implication is that his mom saying stop lying is to imply a pattern of behavior, that he's just a compulsive liar, and his mom was right to slap him. That's what that scene implies now because of the rest of the episode, and that's just so wrong. That's just wrong. The biggest problem with this episode by far is the refusal to give any sympathetic traits to Conrad whatsoever. They refuse to give him anything that's even slightly sympathetic. He is the most evilest evil straw man ever, and the characters take turns to lecture him about how evil he is.
His mother's not dead. Moira Clark lives in the south of France. Nice villa paid for by Conrad. Meanwhile, he's raking it in. 80,000 paid subscribers, he owns 3 properties, and of course, he's a tax dodger.
We'll get to it at the very end, the sequence where the Doctor telepathically mind melds with Conrad in the TARDIS, which just so happens to be where Belinda was first name dropped to the Doctor. This explains in the Robot Revolution, where it's like, someone told me your name, so that's why they meet, even though it doesn't quite make sense either way.
At all. At all. You didn't meet because he said her name. You met because your timeline's fucked up, Doctor. And you just met this guy out of order. You were traveling with somebody else. That's all. Like, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. And it's so lame how they just info dump information. Like that was my that was supposed to make me hate Conrad. This girl in a wheelchair going, he's a tax dodger. He got 80,000 subscribers. Look how good he's doing. And his mom isn't getting any money. Why does he have to pay women money? Just because she's a woman. Why would he have to do that? Like, just trying to. It's just so slave mindset to the opposite gender. It's like, you sexist.
Sequence is just so uncharacteristic of the Doctor, because the Doctor has met so many assholes utter irredeemable pieces of shit that are so far beyond Conrad, and he hasn't treated them as bad as that. He hasn't gone out of his way to just say, by the way, I just wanted to talk to you and say, fuck you. You fucking suck. You're fucking awful. Immediately I think back to the end of Flatline, which is one of the most... Well, Flatline is just one of the best episodes of the modern show. One of my favorites. My favorite Peter Capaldi episode. It is basically a masterpiece. The end of that episode, there's that guy who is just the biggest dick of all time, and the doctor, he's there, he's barely been in the episode, similarly to this. He looks at him and he says, those weren't firewood, those weren't scraps, they were people, they were real people, and they died. And the man just looks at him and says, they were community worker scum, I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. And then he just walks away, and the doctor's look there, that is kind of the way I think the Doctor views humanity. And that moment would be so undercut, and the severity of it would be so undercut if the Doctor handheld us through and said, no, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. Audience, do you see how wrong he is? Yes, Doctor, we do see how wrong he is. We don't need every single character to bash it in. I don't really know why he did that. Is it because he was an asshole to Ruby? I suppose
it's
that's
because
the meaning
Scott
of it, but
was an asshole. It's because the Doctor's the problem. It's because he's on the wrong side of the reality war. It's because he's wrong. That's all. They wrote a shit character and they want you to hate him.
says all this stuff, and it's just weird. It just sounds weird for the Doctor to say, you know, you're
It's not the Doctor. Somebody needs to cure the world of the Doctor.
a waste of space, you're gonna die alone, all of that. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like the monologue in Dalek. It sounds like that kill yourself.
What's the point of you? You're nothing.
My favourite scene in the whole show, except here, and it's just the Doctor just didn't like this guy. He just thinks he's a fucking asshole. And Conrad is just smugly smirking because he's the most mustache twirling villain of all fucking time. Okay. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, because Conrad was like, man, I ain't scared of you. You're a punk. Conrad big dogged him.
Story holistically from a top-down point of view. Kate Stewart is on fucking fraud watch. Russell T Davies, to you redeem this character for me. Don't do this. Don't do this to me. Regardless of whether or not you think that the Ruby Doctor thing is happening, which, you know, it's not happening, blah blah blah. They're definitely setting up Ibrahim and Kate Stewart, which is just so fucking weird on so many levels. I know Vicky DeLo was like, oh, I really like it. That shit is weird as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. But the thing is, UNIT as a whole in this era has been pretty borderline inappropriate. I mean, I have definitely seen criticisms across the whole era criticizing UNIT for pretty fair things. I mean, they have been a little fascistic. Their introduction in the Starbeast is them pushing news crew into the back of a van. Again, the question I ask is,
they were kidnapping the free press? Is that what he just said? And these are the heroes? Is that what he just said? What? Sorry, I didn't watch season 1 because it was crap. Did he just say UNIT's introduction was kidnapping the free press? And they are supposed to be the good guys? What the heck?
how secret is Doctor Who meant to be? The world building of this era is just in fucking tatters. I mean, it has been since By Generation, but now it's even weirder. Classic Doctor Who always ran under the interpretation that aliens were secret, UNIT was secret, the Doctor and his TARDIS were secret. Not many people knew this. Of course, in An Unearthly Child, the reason the Doctor doesn't let Ian and Barbara out and the whole story starts in the first place is because he doesn't want Ian and Barbara to tell the world about the TARDIS. Which makes sense to me. You want time to continue going on run its course. You don't want super advanced alien technology to end up in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, blah, blah, blah. Now, since the 2000s, it just is a complete mess. He mentions the Sycorax. The Sycorax, who, may I remind you, in lore are from a removed universe where everyone forgot. So Amy forgot the Sycorax, she forgot the Daleks, the Cybermen, all of that stuff. Conrad gets a pass on the...
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. They can't even be bothered to follow their own logic, dude. Their own fucking world building. That's why the world building's in tatters, bro. It's fantasy land now. We're in fantasy who.
Cybermen because they showed up at St. Paul's Cathedral. But then he mentions the Yeti in the underground. What the fuck? What year did that take place in? How are you going to say there were no Yeti in the underground? Everyone left fucking London. So you're saying London was evacuated because there were Yeti that came out and killed fucking everyone. And you're saying that's a hoax? What about the fucking dinosaurs? The literal dinosaurs that we saw going around. Were they a hoax too? How can anyone believe this shit? So yeah, the world building is in fucking tatters. But beyond that, the actual logic of the story and the characters makes no sense. It doesn't have any internal logic whatsoever. There is lots in unit to criticize. They hire fucking children, okay? They hire literal 11-year-olds. They give 11-year-olds fucking guns because unit's response of it's for your own good. I mean, I don't fucking believe that. That's what a fascist government would say. Don't worry, we're here in the super mega tower, which we don't need, by the way.
Is it? Yo, he's actually felting them so hard right now. He's right though. He is 100% correct though. They are the fascists, right? In their ivory tower, the unit sitting up there, and he's like, "Hey, why don't you tell us the truth? Why don't you stop?" And then they're like, "Well, we're keeping you safe, so we can do whatever we want. We're keeping you safe, right?" Like, you sound just like every dictator government, every fascist government that ever existed.
They don't need the mega tower. And what are they doing?
Don't.
They're keeping monsters in the basement. Hello? Unit has more
And
than
they're
enough
keeping
to
monsters in the
criticize
basement
this
that
era,
they're
as
willing to
does Kate
sick
Stewart.
on
but
people.
instead, they strawman it that all of the people who have a problem with Unit are fucking Andrew Tate types. That's fucking if. There's so many flaws with the episode, but I think it's this unself-awareness that leaves the whole thing feeling flat, deflated, boring, and uninteresting. There's no compelling drama in this episode whatsoever. Also, just a mini rant. How fucking useless of a militia is Unit. Conrad storms the building, which can I just add?
Absolutely
that's nonsense,
useless.
by the way. He
Absolutely
storms
useless.
the building armed with a gun, and you think he's killed someone, but you don't.
Yeah, you think he killed someone. He killed nobody. He just walked in the unit. No problem. No problem. Their unit's compromised and ineffective.
Don't just fucking shoot him. Like, not even in the leg. Conrad is like flailing his arms around, firing a gun. You are in full legal right to shoot him. Why did you not shoot him? He's trespassing with a gun and has killed someone. Shoot him. I don't buy this fucking, oh, he's live streaming. Also, how did he start fucking live streaming in the worst CGI shot of a lift ever, by the way? How did he start live streaming in the lift? And also, can't the fucking Blinks in all his majesty block a fucking live stream signal? I guess the live streams are just too strong nowadays. So instead, Kate Stewart viciously lets a monster out on the loose to
Isn't that
hunt
crazy?
its
If
prey.
the doctor really wanted to help, right, just block the live stream, right? Just completely become a fascist and cut off his freedom to assembly and press.
As a form of, I don't know, catharsis? Instead of just fucking shooting him? What? Nothing in this episode makes sense. The data analyst,
Nothing.
Jordan. Oh, okay, I'll admit, it was clever that they have him listening to the podcast at the very
That's how I felt watching The Well, by the way.
start. But they bring him along because Shirley Bingham is like, I need an analyst. He comes along, he's like, I don't know what's happening. And Shirley Bingham's like, give it here. Why the fuck did you bring him then? He lets Conrad in and then he just gets shot, and that's his whole character. What a great character. Conrad goes from completely convincing into the most unapologetically evil bastard ever. It's an obvious riff on Andrew Tate. That's what it's obviously riffing. And the red pill movement. They seem to be under the illusion that all it takes to get to that level is to be rich, confident, and evil. Conrad's message of unit lies wouldn't interest fucking anyone. He would get maximum 30 views. Literally no one gives a fuck about that type of shit. I can't imagine that crowds of people would be crowding around Ruby Sunday's house to throw eggs at her because of fucking Conrad Clark's prank. Are you kidding me? He'd be put on the One Show? No, he fucking wouldn't. As if anyone in the mainstream would take his side. He's an obvious crazed lunatic. He's just so obviously evil. He's got nothing redeeming about him. If you want to make him someone who can inspire people and rally people, then make him like Roger Ap Gwilliam. I don't understand this. Roger Ap Gwilliam is obviously a deeply evil person, but he doesn't just wear that on his sleeve. It's subtle, even though his plan is literally to nuke the fucking world. How can a guy whose plan is to nuke the world be more subtly evil than fucking Conrad Red Pill Alpha Male Podcast Clark? The reason it doesn't work is because it doesn't ring true. And they go out of their way to take away any sympathetic element. They say, oh, his mum isn't there. Oh, she's actually living in a villa because he's a multi-millionaire, even though we didn't see that. And he's a tax dodger and he's blah, blah, blah. He's blah, blah, blah. I get it. Okay, I hated him because he betrayed Ruby. I hated him on a character level. You don't need to put all these fucking labels on him to say, and this is why we should hate him. He's a tax dodger. It's so weird and so unself-aware. And I think the bit that got me the most is at the very end where Shirley Bean says, well, at least the tide's turning. Hashtag I stand.
He calls it weird and unself-aware. I don't think it's unself-aware. It's propaganda. It's brainwashing. And it's blatant.
With unit is trending. Who the fuck cares what hashtags? That's
right.
Okay. So not only is it a
hashtag is trending and
in the show because
RTD cares. Right. These writers care because that's their world.
To hashtag. There's a reason social media stuff, unless it's done really well, isn't prominent on TV. It's because we can't connect with it. In real life, these hashtags are fucking meaningless. A lot of people don't realize that this is how Twitter works. The things it shows that are trending are based on you. So obviously, if you work at Unit, hashtag I stand with Unit is going to be trending. Unless you're saying worldwide, it's trending. No, these trending bubbles are all isolated. They're all self-imposed. They're all personalized to you. Do you not realize that caring about what's trending, paying attention to hashtags and all of that, and viewing that as an actual reflection of reality, that's how people get sucked into these echo chambers in the first place. It is.
And that's RTD's plan. That's what they want. They're trying to put people in echo chambers. They're trying to do that so people don't listen to varying opinions, and they become sheep to them. They want you in their echo chamber.
It's such a poor critique and criticism and dialogue about the situation because it comes from a place of someone who doesn't understand how any of it works. This is an episode about social media and radicalization written from the perspective of someone who isn't on social media, doesn't understand social media, and doesn't understand radicalization. So what's the point? What can I get from this episode? The answer is nothing. The answer is I can get a very one-dimensional villain who has no redeemable traits, nothing compelling about him whatsoever, murderous, psychopath, asshole, coward, betrayer who gets bitten on the arm and then Mrs. Flood sets him free. What a story, Mark. Hello, all. This is Editing Me here. I'm coming in just right here to give a bit more context, a bit of clarification to my points. I was talking to a few people on the Discord server and we were discussing the episode because it does seem that I am again in the minority and most people really like this episode. A lot of people really enjoy this episode and I really don't. Not in a way where it's like, I actively hate it, I'm going rage mode. I just think it's not good. I just think it's bad. And to really explain why, I think the simple answer is that none of it rings true. It only really works if you know the outside context of stuff like Andrew Tate, of all of that. It's really riffing on that, it's really playing on that, and it only works if you understand or know of that context. Say you're 9 and you watch this episode, you can have no fucking idea what's going on. But the reason why that bothers me is because if you know a lot about that situation, paid attention to it, if you've researched it, which I have, you know they're lying, you'd understand that none of the things in this episode really make sense. The world building is the clear big problem here because Conrad is a grifter. That's the whole point. But what is he grifting? What is his audience?
I don't know. So I wish I knew what he was grifting. Andrew Tate,
you can pretty
is it illegal to be a grifter? Does it make you evil to be a grifter?
Fall into bands, all of those who were left over, where all of his audience scattered from, where they all came from. With Conrad Conrad, he somehow has a massive audience for this alien podcast for some fucking reason. Why is it so massive? I don't know. And his point is that he doesn't believe in aliens and that it's not real. But obviously he does believe in aliens because he's seen the Doctor and he knows all that stuff. So he's lying, proving that he's a grifter. But why would he say that instead of saying aliens are real? Because both.
Right, I was like, that's what I said. I was like, wouldn't he make more money if he just went like, look, guys, there's aliens and look at the proof? Like, wouldn't you make more money? It's like you can make money too by going like, guys, this is fake alien stuff, like Truth Seekers. Like, and I follow that guy, and since he makes a decent amount of money now. And he's been doing it for a long time too. He finds fake alien stories and he busts them. And he goes like, look, this is fake because of XYZ. You found this picture off of this site. Ew, this was made in this is a wax or whatever. It's like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Or are they? I don't know how this Doctor Who world works. Do some people not want to believe in aliens? So they just want to say, no, aliens are not real. Why? Why would they want to do that? Why would so many people want to think that? There's so many questions. None of it makes sense if you think about it for basically 1 second. I understand that for a lot of people, he's like Andrew Tate, so they don't like him, so they've got no qualms with the morals of the episode. I also don't like Andrew Tate, spoiler alert. I think he's basically the devil incarnate. He's kind of that.
That is so extreme.
How do I say it? The typical embodiment of the devil. I mean, he literally owns a casino. He's also a criminal and a sexual criminal and probably a pedophile. He's basically as bad as you can get. And so I definitely understand people being like, oh, Doctor Who's going after Andrew Tate. Woohoo, woohoo. But for me, it has to go further than that. It has to actually make sense in the story. It has to make sense in the world. This episode, I think, would serve well as an origin story to Conrad. I'm sure that's what it was meant to do. It's meant to establish him in the minds of the audience and in the world and in the worlds of the characters. But what do we know about him? What do we know about his journey from being a starstruck kid who saw something magical happen in front of him to a crazed psychopath who's just absolutely, unapologetically, irredeemably evil in every possible way? What happened in between? I guess he was just starved for attention. Is that it? Is that all it takes anyway? Just putting that in to add more to my thoughts on the episode. It just doesn't have any thought put into it. It's just such a simplistic view of the world. And it's such a shame because that opening scene sets up something really interesting. Now, Conrad was always going to be a villain. And from that first scene, you could see how he's always going to be a villain. But instead of making him, I don't know, desperate to see the TARDIS, desperate to pull the stars down to him, desperate for any semblance of love or affection or attention or any kind of motivation that any person can get behind or connect with, there's nothing. He's just evil. Okay? I suppose. I don't really like Kate Stewart in this episode. I don't really like Unit in this episode. They're, again, really one-dimensional. Ruby is the clear standout here, and I think she is good basically throughout, even in the bad segments of the episode. I think she's very good, and you can see her emotion, because what I think they don't realize is that we as the audience, we don't give a fuck about this nebulous wider world in quotation marks, because we all know that it's going to be reset by the end and it just doesn't matter. What we care about is the personal journey of Ruby, and I do care about that, and I did care about it in this episode, and so I think all of those moments land, and I think losing track on that is the worst thing that happened to this story. I thought this was going to be a mid-series finale. I thought the stakes were going to be high. I thought there was going to be a real personal conflict, something really unique. Instead, it just becomes a poorly edited and poorly thought out sequence of events that don't really hold up under much scrutiny. Just very surface level. And there's not even fun sci-fi hijinks to cover it up. I will say I really liked Shutagawa's performance.
No. He's about to start coping. Everything he said up until literally right now, basically perfect. He's right. He's right. Gatwa was terrible though. He's like, here we go. He's about to cope now.
Even though he's saying a bunch of stuff that I don't think the Doctor would really say, even to Davros, let alone this fucking human guy. I still really enjoyed his personality. I mean, I think it would have been so...
Gay is not a personality. No.
Interesting if after seeing the human perspective of it, seeing Kate being vindictive, seeing all of the human characters either being like, oh, I like this guy, oh, I hate this guy, to have the Doctor come in and see it from an outside point of view,
It would have been perfect, yeah. If the real doctor was there, it would have been perfect if he tried to humanize him and reach to him, like with the outside point of view. That's why I really like the Moon episode with Capaldi, the quote unquote anti-abortion episode.
I think that would have been really effective. I think instead of him saying, I hate you, I'm sorry for you, that works so much more. He says, oh, you die at 40 or whatever alone in the cell. To the doctor, what's the difference between dying at 40 and dying at 80? There's no fucking difference. To him, it doesn't matter. Human lives are gone in an instant anyway.
Right,
All of them die alone. So again, it just doesn't ring true. It doesn't work very well. It's just not a good episode. And it's the first episode of this era which I would consider not good. What a Debbie Downer. What a rant, folks. What did you guys think of the episode?
Isn't that crazy? Like, that's how hard he can't cope. He said, this is the first episode I just think isn't good. There was an abnormal amount of plot holes in this episode. And, like, we never had the world building to sustain it. I wasn't expecting this take from DW fan. Alright. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Let's go. The judge acted like a total bitch. And didn't answer. Isn't necessary. What theatrical presentation? This isn't Judge. Who is being
What
theatrical?
theatrical?
This bitch. You might not like what I do on YouTube, nigga, then get on the panel and talk to me. But take your fucking robes off and put your fucking gloves on. Cause let's go. The judge acted like a total bitch. And didn't answer my question.
Hear me?
We have a 1v1 with
and Andrew, and the topic they want is can fathers love too much?
Well, the thing is, though, Ben, can you explain to me why you thought it was a good idea to go on Locale Live and lean more into the incest stuff again? Do you think that that's really going to propel your career? Because it hasn't.
All right, so that's a separate debate.
Yeah, but that's
But
part
I
of
guess
the love
we're
of
gonna
your
go-
daughter too
so-
much.
so do
No,
we
the whole
agree-
point was leaning into it, right? The whole point is that you lean into this shit. Why do you keep leaning into it? Why won't you just stop?
Well, okay, so that's what you're saying. This is the debate.
You're saying this
I'm
is the
saying that
debate?
that's what the setup seems to be.
Well, on the Locale Live, the guy said that I was.
So you're saying this is
I
the
came on to
debate?
say, like, what do you mean in general? He said you say you flirt with your daughter, and I explained flirting.
And you
then
leaned into it again. You just keep.
Okay, but that's actually not leaning in.
It is leaning in.
So I will give you an answer to your question why I'm willing to make statements which I think, if you read them straightforwardly, are not controversial. I'm not being a provocateur, but I do think that a lot of young people, especially on the internet, are seen as dangerous and sexually dangerous to interact with, and I do think that's a huge problem. I don't think it's a problem. For example, a lot of people on the internet think that if I was to flirt with a girl who's under 18, flirt, in other words, which means playfully talk,
See, but
depending
that's
on
the
her
problem,
age,
right? The language right there, right? That's.
so I have a chatter.
It's unnecessarily provocative, and the only purpose of it is to lean into it because you think it drives controversy. It's always been.
No, I think it's actually an
just like
important point.
if you, because of your age, if you were a person who made an offhand comment of, "Oh yeah, I like to flirt," with girls who are around me or something like this. As a throwback, I think that people would have been fine with it, but instead you just keep running with it and running with it and running with it while the entire internet eviscerates you. Why do you do that? Stupid.
Well, because I think there's a moral hysteria. I think there's a
But I think that Grace,
pushed back on by good men like
yeah, but what you've done by proxy of doing this is you've wrecked Grace's career. Fucking stupid. Why did you? I still don't really understand why you did that, because by you leaning into it, what Grace is famous for on the internet, she's not famous, but what she's famous for on the internet is that people think that you had sex with her. That's what.
Well, Andrew, that was inevitable on the internet because I'm an extremely good-looking, charming guy. And you're an extremely good-looking, charming girl.
What the
and we have a
hell?
nice chemistry.
There's
on the internet,
there's plenty of good-looking people who aren't accused of
on
incest.
the internet, people are going to say incest, incest, incest.
Yeah, some people. There's a minority. There's a minority of trolls who might make those wild, outrageous claims, and people would dismiss them, except that you lean into them.
You know who started making
it has gotten to the point.
Christians like you.
Yeah, I never.
Not you.
I never leaned.
Not you.
I never affirmed that was true. In fact, I said that people were stupid and that it was a bit that you dumbasses wouldn't drop. But that's what she's famous for. What she's famous for is being a locale who people laugh at because they think that she has sex with you, Ben.
Do you really think they think that? They don't think that.
I've seen enough now that people, I do think, I've seen actual highly skilled political commentators, guys that I would consider skilled commentators, who dive into it and seem to lean into the why don't they deny it? I don't really understand. This doesn't really.
I do deny it. I've never touched my daughter inappropriately in any way.
Yeah, but
there's only so many times I can say that.
Yeah, but
or any of my
problem,
or a woman.
Problem. Yeah, but the problem.
Although I did hit up Rachel once.
When you say words,
Andrew, if I make a simple point of saying, for example, that there are 15-year-old girls on the beach, and you'll say I'm doing this now, that there are 15-year-old girls you might see at the beach, and you'll have an instinctual sexual reaction if they're fully formed to them. I think that's an important thing to say is absolutely uncontroversial. Now, will people say you're a pedophile offender if you say that? Yes. Fuck them. And if it gets me clout by saying something which is totally normal, which any normal human being would say, then that's great too. If that makes me infamous as a pedophile,
okay. Well,
fuck
then
that.
why don't you?
I got a dick and balls, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, can
and
you
my
explain?
dick and balls react to beautiful women of whatever age, in my case, after puberty, the same way everyone else does, but we won't admit it.
Okay, Ben. Well, you know who else took this route? Mr. Girl.
Yeah, I think Mr. Girl.
Do you think it did? Do you think it did good for Max Carson?
I think he did.
No. He literally was saying the exact same thing that you're saying right now.
I
I think it
the
did
exact same
get
thing. In
number
fact,
one.
he went on Bosch's stream and they had an engagement where this was his exact argument to Bosch.
Yeah, I think he did bring some life to things. Yeah. By being
Yeah, and
provocative. I don't
and
think
how
he
did that
always
work
wrote
out?
the line right.
Yeah, how did that work out?
I don't know how it worked out. I don't think.
Well,
I
let
don't
me
think-
explain to you how it worked out. How it worked out was YouTube snuffed out his entire career, threw him off the platform. DGG dropped him. He ended up streaming to his own website and barely making enough money to scrape by. Now he makes edgy songs about being a people.
Okay, how did our Lord's life work out? How did our Lord's life work out?
He
How
came
did
to
the
die
life
for our
of the
sins.
apostles
Max
work out?
Carson did
How
not.
did he?
Max
How did the
Carson did not
apostles-
come to die for your right to talk about underage women being hot to you, Ben. You didn't come to Earth
How
to
did
tell
he-
us that, Ben.
Okay, was he the way, the truth, and the life?
Yes, you're not.
Okay, so
You
if
talking
I'm
about
telling the
underage
truth and I
girls being
suffer
hot at
for
the
that,
beach is
then
not the
I
way, the
am
truth, and the life.
unworthy. Would that I be worthy to suffer as he suffered? I'm not a baby and a bitch like you who has to make money with thrift. I don't give a fuck if I tell the truth and I tell it honestly. And
Yeah,
openly.
that's bullshit.
Take
You
it
make
all
up
coming.
shit.
Take
Yeah,
it all
yeah.
coming. Crucify me. Would that I was worthy of the sufferings of our Lord.
Yeah, I know. What are they crucifying you for? Because you just have to talk about how hot you find underage women at the beach? You think that that's smart?
Yeah, I think it's smart. Yes, I do. And I think there are an increasing number of normal people, and I think you're one of them, who recognize the truth of that statement, at least, that is true. And that this hysteria about pedophilia makes no sense. And a lot of it is just envy from losers on the internet who need to get the fuck out of here. Now, if you want to talk about Mr. Girl,
Oh, hello, Grace.
this is actually your dad, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Grace said hello in the chat.
She's in the chat. I can't respond to her talk legally.
You can't talk to her?
No, I am. I was arrested for domestic violence because
you kicked her.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what they say. I kicked her. I committed assault. Supposedly.
Well, I saw the video. So, if everybody who doesn't know, this is Ben Thorpe, father of Grace Thorpe, who kicked Grace a week or two ago. And was arrested for assault.
It was actually just about a week ago. Assault and battery. Yeah,
assault and battery.
Which I think you're from Massachusetts originally, so I'm in Rhode Island, so blue states. So the definition of assault and battery, assault is actually the psychological state of being in fear, and battery.
Right, yeah, you assault somebody just
any
the actual contact.
Any unwanted touching, it's actually extremely broad.
Yeah,
and
like if you grab something out of somebody's hand, if you're a stranger, you can get arrested for that.
Right, it's unbelievably broad. You tap someone on the shoulders, and they don't want it. Technically, they call that battery. But since the touching was not unwanted, it was crazy that I was taken to jail and processed and put in the court because it doesn't meet the definition. And when I asked the judge, she got mad at me and told me that I needed mental help. And so
you're being charged?
I was arraigned, yeah. And I asked him how it meets even the extremely broad definition. He got mad at me and told me that this is what was interesting. He told me that I don't have the right to pretend to beat up my daughter as entertainment, which I absolutely do. But that's not what I was doing, but I absolutely do under the First Amendment. I could pretend to
if you did like
mass murder people.
Right, if you did a skit where you beat her up, that would be legal.
Totally right. I mean, the First Amendment rights are incredibly broad. So for him to become an art critic, he's welcome to do. And I invited him at a rant stream, invited him to come onto YouTube, which would be the proper venue for that, and then argue about whether he thought my piece of artwork was, or our piece of artwork was morally good or not. But it has nothing to do with him being a judge. He was quite a character.
I would assume the counter argument is that he believes this is an ad hoc defense of a impulsive violent attack. I would assume this is position.
He actually articulated his theory briefly and said that people change their stories.
So she was super clear when she was questioned that there was no unwanted touching.
Yeah.
And what's amazing is if the supposed victim says there was no unwanted touching, and the supposed perpetrator said there was no unwanted touching, who then determines? So the idea is that there's some women are manipulated into covering for their abuser. But I think de facto what that's saying is that women aren't human beings and can't, can't tell the truth if they're manipulated by men, which gets into some insanity.
Okay, can we test this definition that you're using?
Yeah.
Okay, so under the framework you just proposed, it is not possible to manipulate somebody else into doing something. Because if they do it, they did it of their own volition and you can't be held responsible. So like Charles Manson, for example, if you start a cult of people and then you say, go kill this woman on this night, and they do it, we can't hold that person responsible because that would imply that the people who did it are not people. Is that your position?
It's absolute. They're responsible for their actions. Unless, you could say someone lied to you. If someone lies to you, right, and you are convinced that, like, there's an absolute fraud, but if someone just tells you to murder someone and that murder is okay because I said it to you, I think that's that person's responsibility.
Okay, so you don't think Manson should have been arrested, I guess, because he didn't kill anybody?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly the legal definition, but if he didn't tell someone to kill someone, then yeah.
He did.
He should be held responsible.
No, he directly said, go kill that person.
Yeah, so
should he be arrested for that?
Should he be arrested for telling someone to kill someone else?
Yeah, if he amasses a cult, he has this little commune of people living there who all think he's a god, and then he says, listen, I want you to do something for me. I want you to go kill all these actors.
This team is crazy. Sorry, I had that way too close to the mic. I was focused. Oh, I need to fish. Oh, I need to fish stuff. We're not even using this.
Well, I'm not a legal expert, but I thought you were a legal expert based on the first half of this conversation. So now I'm an expert on assault and battery. Are you an expert?
He said on assault and battery. That's amazing. He said on assault and battery.
Then I don't know why we're talking about your case because you don't have an opinion. If you do have a legal opinion,
This team is nuts. Oh, come on. We can beat this guy, right? Green orb, rock 4. No, come on. Yes, come on. Yes, come on. Yes. Now fish me up, Totodile, please. Nope.
I would like to know first if there's even worth because if you're going to say even Manson shouldn't go to jail, then you're taking an extreme view of personal responsibility, which you may have. You may have that extreme view, but I want to know kind of where it is. So without trying to figure out why I'm asking you this, I'm wondering if you have an opinion about whether Manson, assuming he did what I said he did, which is form a cult, and maybe you don't even think he formed a cult. You don't think he bears any responsibility for that. But in the general tone of it, he had this cult of people who all thought he was a god, and he told them to go kill somebody, and they did. Do you think he bears some responsibility? Okay, so I'm trying to reconcile that. That you can't have manipulated your daughter into covering for you, but you can manipulate somebody into killing somebody else. So you're saying if I can, it's about who bears responsibility for what. So if the judge's view is that your relationship with Grace constitutes some sort of power dynamic where she is being controlled by you or
Get him, Grottle. Get him, Grottle.
If she was 4 years old, you kicked her. Police say, is your dad bad? And she said, he was a good dad. Obviously, that doesn't exist. So at some point, if you slowly remove the power differential, then yeah, we have to believe what somebody says. But there is another point where we say, it doesn't, even if you're saying you're okay with it, doesn't matter. But your defense to this was that if you could convince her to
Oh, ground.
that she's not a person.
Where's Monster?
I know you're playing hyperbole, but it seems like you need to say that if somebody does something because you manipulate them into it, as is the charge.
Well, I would say, yeah, certainly if you have someone in a situation in which you're punishing them brutally, they're chained up, and they know they're going to face enormous consequences, they will mitigate their freedom. There is no such tradition in this circumstance. So, I believe in America, if a woman goes back to an abuser freely when she has other options, she's able to make that decision and should be respected as a human being with agency, unless she has some sort of
No, my water.
incapable of exercising adult decision making. I know. And what's interesting about domestic violence laws, I looked into them a little bit.
I have Grottle on the bench, bro.
Those disproportionately hurt women and children who they're supposed to protect. They're in fact have no effect deterrence-wise on, and they also affect minority.
We gotta get Grottle off the bench. I gotta get my boy off the bench, bro. This is nuts.
They actually do the opposite of what they're supposed to be doing, and yet here we are. So I do think it's possible for someone to have manipulated.
How am I level 8? I have to get my boy Grottle off the bench.
Agreed. In the video, I didn't see
I lost my game, my perfect game.
in the side. And then she was quiet for
It's a joke.
little bit. Then she screamed and kind of tore it or scratched her face or hit her face or something. And then she apologized to you. I think she said, I don't know why I'm like this, I think, and then said, I'm sorry. I was trying to control myself. I was trying not to let this happen or something. It seemed like she was apologizing for freaking out.
Yes.
Okay.
For driving me to that level of frustration.
For driving you to kicking her, not for her reaction to you kicking her. For both.
Basically, I'm on a 5-year kind of, torture session.
Dude, what?
It's ongoing. It was just part of the trajectory of
We're not playing any of this garbage. I should pick this up and run.
Okay. So I think the counter perspective is that if you kick her and she exhibits extreme distress and then apologizes.
I should have waited. I actually should have waited.
To an outsider, it seems like she's not able to.
I actually should have waited, but I don't know. I said I should have waited because if I get growled on, I'm selling this thing anyway. So.
Yes, I think that if you're in a
emotionally dysregulate you.
you're much more likely to snap.
Yeah. Such as acting scared around you. The classic example is the guy comes home from work and the woman says, "Are you angry?" And he goes, "No, I'm not angry." And she keeps asking this question until he says, like, "What the fuck?" And then she goes, "Ah, see, you're angry." Right? I mean, that's just the classic example of a woman to drive a guy crazy
Yes.
in a manipulative way.
Yes. We're all responsible for our own actions to some degree, at least. And so I think when analyzing is who's the manipulator and who's the manipulatee, we have to look at the power structure of the relationship.
Sure.
And since you're the father and you're the kicker, it kind of puts you at a disadvantage in both roles. Like if she were your parent and she antagonized you and then you kicked her, then we would say, okay, well, you're not really free to do something else because you're the child and she's the parent. She's tormenting you, clearly, and so now we see it's more complicated. But when you are both the person with more power and the person who's claiming that you were driven beyond your own control to violence, I think the position... Well, if you're under control, then why... If you were in control, then why does she bear any responsibility for you kicking her?
A person in control can't express themselves physically?
I'm not saying they can't. I'm saying that you just characterized it as her driving you to violence by...
Well, yeah, look at Septile go. I love this. Mana Scarf Septile. I love this. Look at him go.
Being driven to I understand the framing, but the framing also implies that you were not in control. If you're driven to do something, it means you snapped, essentially.
I don't think that implies that. That may be a matter of semantics.
Well, you said...
If I'm put in a situation where I have to defend let's say my children against an attacker physically, that person will drive me to it. That doesn't mean I snap. It means I have to passionately protect them.
That argument is true, but what you just said before that was, do you think women can taunt men to the point where they get physical? And I assumed... Yeah. Right, and so when I agreed with you, and I think you agreed with my agreement, is yes, I think it's possible for somebody...
I need to level up and go grass 5 now.
Yeah, but I think you can also rationally hit them.
We can also... oh, well, now we don't want to replace Cloister.
Okay, so you're saying that in your framing of it as taunting to the point where the man gets physical, you're not then saying that the man is reacting...
What the hell?
They're reacting with a calculated decision to...
It can be either one. But I've been in situations like this my whole life, and I have decided to control. So that for example, if you have external, okay, so if you have external, I don't think I should be required to have.
I understand the point, but I'm asking which one you meant when you said, are you saying that you were driven to kicking her because you were so angry? You're saying you're not that angry, that you're not so angry that you couldn't control yourself. You were very angry. You were in control, and then made a decision to kick her because of her behavior.
I mean, it's a little more...
I'm actually making Septile work. What the hell?
I don't believe I have anything to apologize for.
But which of those two was it? Was it a calculated decision to kick her, or you lost control?
It was just, right, I mean, it wasn't calculated in the sense I did all the math, but yeah, I mean,
It wasn't calculated since I did all the math. Boss.
You know what you're doing when you're doing what you're doing. So, for example, punch in the face is very different than what appeared to take place on that video.
Okay, so you don't regret
Unless it's shove.
Yeah. You don't regret the kick shove.
But I think it was proper rehearsal.
Oh my gosh. These guys actually beating me? Yes, they are. Fuck.
That was necessary. Or maybe not necessary.
Okay, so it's like a spanking, and like it was discipline. It was not you losing your temper.
Not discipline. We're two adults. I don't have a disciplinary relationship with an adult.
Okay. When you say it's necessary, it doesn't sound like discipline. Like she misbehaved, so you have to kick her. Yeah, he said sometimes the woman needs to be slapped because she just wants to wrestle. Yeah.
I agree with that. I think that's common sense.
You may agree with that, but my question is specifically in this case, were you snapping and she drove you to do it, and she was taunting you, and then you're like, I'm snapping, but it's okay that I snapped because of. Okay, so it's that.
I mean, you got to add the prudential aspect of it being on camera, which in some sense I would say like that's imprudent. However, it actually for our careers. So in that sense, I mean, like, did I make all these decisions in the moment? No.
You lost your temper. Okay, you snapped.
I wouldn't say I lost my temper. I would say that I reacted in a way
Shit.
consonant with reason. Yeah. Given the context of the situation.
Losing your
There have
temper.
been things.
Okay, and so
you're saying losing your temper.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Generally implies
an explosive, violent response that doesn't match up with the situation is losing your temper. You're saying it was a violent response that may have been semi-explosive, but it lined up with what was happening, so it was thus appropriate.
Yeah.
You were defending yourself.
Proper. Okay. I wouldn't say technically I was defending myself, but I would say
you were
like in the sense
emotionally
of
defending
self-defense.
yourself.
Yeah. I do think you can. Yeah, I think you can exhibit physicality towards people. It has to do with the context.
I need to replace this with the rock monster. That's what I need to do. I need Rhyhorn. I don't know why I took the blue orb. Is an abusive person, yeah.
Okay, so in your view, you are her power or control somehow. She's coercing you into doing things, and then you're being arrested and punished.
She's manipulated. That's it. Without she learned it from her mother. I mean, it's just you leave even though you're really not, she's not really wanting to do it, but it's hard for her to avoid doing that, even though she saw her mother do the same thing to me. So it's complicated.
And you're not allowed to talk to her now?
I don't even know what I'm allowed to do.
Well, then it's saying there's a restraining order in place?
Control. Yeah, which they don't even answer basic questions. Like, for example, let's say on this stream right here, is she allowed to be in your chat since I'm sort of here as well? It's a gray area.
Restraining, right? Yeah. I mean, do you know what the terms of the restraining order are?
Yes.
Well,
because restraining orders are not designed to regulate between two people. Restraining order between them. Right. It's sort of a Kafka-esque situation where our lives are in many ways heavily intertwined through money, things like that. Yeah. And yet, so like you said, at the snap of the fingers, you're supposed to separate those, which is impossible to do. And I mean, it's absolutely absurd. I would like I said, I mean.
No. A monster 8, grass 5, rock 4, if we lose, we lose. Damn it, bro. Come on. And all I needed was fucking. Look how close I am.
I don't know. Wouldn't we get to the point where fat people should be stopped and McDonald's workers should be arrested for giving them food? Because that's obviously an unhealthy relationship. relationship, and I don't know where it ends. It seems absurd.
Yeah.
Legally, you've got to go on evidence, and if you say, "Well, I suspect because there's this crazy theory that men control women, even when there's no evidence that they do so, but just because they have a penis."
Right.
I don't know what a society wouldn't do.
Well, you said your relationship
She
was
has-
intertwined.
She
I
has
think that's
control
it.
over finances.
I think that's all I can take. Losing that game.
Go out on her own.
That's all I can take. Losing that game actually tilted me.